Thanks for tuning in to Bend-Redmond Habitat for Humanity's informational video about our partnership program for homeownership. You might be listening in because you're interested in learning more about buying an affordable home, or maybe you just want to know a little bit more about one of the ways we support our communities. Regardless, we're glad you're here. If you need closed captioning, please select the link at the bottom of the video. You will likely hear two different voices throughout this recording as our staff has changed, and we've also updated some of the information in the slides.
Our goal for this video is to explore the basic habitat program requirements and talk a little bit more about our homes and future builds. We'll share a little bit about us, the path to homeownership, our qualifications for homeowners, a little bit about our homes, and how funding and financing works with a Habitat home. Even if you don't feel like you qualify today, we want to work with you free of charge to help you get you mortgage ready and help you understand what it takes to qualify for a home loan. If it's your dream, you can get there, and we want to help you get there. So even if everything we talk about today doesn't seem like it fits right now, don't rule it out immediately. You may still be able to become qualified for other programs in the area as well. At Habitat for Humanity, we share the common goal of building strength, stability, and self-reliance through shelter. The difference a decent place to live makes at that place to call your home, it's hard to measure, but it is significant. We work in many different capacities to achieve this goal, like at our local restore and with our volunteer programs. Ultimately, our mission is to put God's love in action and bring people together to build homes, communities, and hope. You may have heard of Habitat for Humanity around the nation and even around the world. We operate under the umbrella of Habitat for Humanity International as affiliates. There are affiliates all over the world and all over the country. In Oregon alone, there's quite a few, but in Central Oregon, there are affiliates like Sisters, Sun River and Lapine, and of course, our Bend-Redmond Habitat for Humanity. Habitat for Humanity is an affordable housing developer, builder, and social service organization which has helped over 220 families achieve the dream of homeownership here in Bend-Redmond. We are a nonprofit organization that has served in Central Oregon since 1989. However, we specifically build in Bend and Redmond only. We are also proud to work with many other local agencies as a part of our program.
Bend-Redmond Habitat for Humanity has a good-sized staff that works together to achieve our common mission and vision. In our partnership program, applicants and homeowners will work most closely with our Homeowner Services Department. Here on the screen, you'll hear my voice. My name is Dee Dee, Vice President of Homeowner Services. You may participate in a workshop offered by Lisa McCluskey, our Loan Origination Specialist, or Wendy Kirchhoff, our Homeowner Services Education Manager, who also speaks Spanish. Together, we support clients in the community. Bend-Redmond Habitat has a good-sized staff that works together to achieve our common mission and vision. In our partnership program, applicants and homeowners will work most closely with our Homeowner Services Department staff. On the screen, you'll see myself, Dee Dee, Vice President of Homeowner Services, or Lisa McCluskey, our Loan Origination Specialist, or Wendy Kirchhoff, our Homeowner Services Education Manager, who also speaks Spanish. Together, we support clients in the community towards affordable homeownership goals and mortgage readiness. We also partner with future homeowners selected into the program to help prepare them to reach their goals of homeownership. When you submit a screening form, you will be entered into our contact database, and we will then invite you to participate with us in workshops, trainings, or through an upcoming application cycle for a future home.
This slide shares a good overview of the Habitat process. It's a winding road and sometimes a long road towards homeownership. If you are looking for an immediate or emergency housing, we can refer you to other agencies and community partners. We'll review more about these parts in the following slides, but this gives kind of a good picture of the path towards your homeownership goals. Hopefully the images you see here on this slide already look familiar to you. Our website, as well as our current income guidelines and flyer. If you have not seen these items, go back, pause the video, go to our website, and click on the Qualifications Guideline button under the process. You'll see this flyer and see if you'll be able to fit in with the income guidelines for your household size. If you don't fit in with that guideline right away, we can still work with you as a client and see what other options might assist you towards your dream of home ownership. Remember, there are many other affordable home builders in the area. Your home ownership journey doesn't have to be through Habitat alone. We want you to have affordable housing or home ownership if that's your goal, and we're here to support you along that journey. Moving on, we'll talk a little bit more about the Habitat program specifically and our 3 major requirement areas: need, ability to pay, and the willingness to partner. Habitat has specific guidelines in addition to conventional mortgage guidelines. This video will specifically address our homeownership program and review the 3 areas we look at when we're selecting families and working with them towards their goals of homeownership. The first eligibility requirement is need. When assessing an applicant's need, we just look at a few things. The first is that you have been priced out of the current housing market. With increased housing prices and high interest rates, many people find themselves in a place where they can't afford anything on the open market. A first-time homebuyer is at even more of a disadvantage, as chances are they have not had the opportunity to build equity to assist in affording a home. If you haven't owned a home in over 3 years, you could also qualify for need in our program. You may have already seen this slide before, developed by the City of Bend, but it shares average incomes for specific positions and the amount of rent or mortgage that those positions could afford. Habitat works specifically with applicants in the 40 to 80% AMI range, or area median income. Currently, we understand that the housing market has become even more challenging, so we at Habitat are doing all we can to develop and build more affordable housing units to sell to qualified applicants. It is also important to note that the City of Bend and Redmond Affordable Housing Committees are currently funding high density and attached housing as a higher priority versus single-family detached homes. This is primarily because it allows for more housing for more people. Let's look next at our ability to pay guidelines. Habitat for Humanity has its own guidelines, but we also work with an outside lender or loan program through the state of Oregon called the Oregon Residential Bond Loan Program. This is a program that is offered for first-time homebuyers, offering a below-market interest rate. Together, Habitat and the Oregon Bond Program require the bullets listed here on this slide. Keep in mind, if you don't meet all of the requirements today, we can still work with you as a client and help to inform and prepare you for home ownership. When calculating your household income, we can also usually include income such as a housing voucher and permanent disability if needed. So looking at the slide here, we see the minimum gross household income must be $33,000 annually and can go up to 80% of the area median income. You can look back at that flyer for the guidelines of that. We also require 2 years of steady source of income, if self-employed, 3 years of tax returns, a low monthly debt to income ratio, which we'll talk a little bit more about, a minimum credit score of 620. Again, if you don't meet that today, we can help you to work towards building that credit to get there. We require 4 years from bankruptcy discharge date and 5 years from a short sale. The ability to save at least $2,000 for closing costs. The ability to apply a percentage of your liquid assets as a down payment if you have assets that are above $20,000. We have our assets video that's linked below this video if you want to learn more about that. As well as the primary applicant must have their proof of legal residency. In the Habitat program, we work independently with each approved Habitat family to set an affordable mortgage amount that is 33% of your gross income before taxes. That would be your monthly mortgage payment. And that 33% includes the house or principal payments, your property taxes, your homeowner's insurance payment for the month, and any land lease and homeowners association fees, if that's applicable. If you take a look at the example, that means if you made $3,500 your gross monthly income, we would multiply that by 0.33, 33%, and your affordable monthly payment would be $1,155 per month. Another percentage we look at to qualify applicants is your debt as it's compared to your income, or your debt to income ratio.
At the time of home purchase, Habitat families in our program must have a minimum household income level equal to or above 40% of the current area median income level. This is determined by annual HUD income guidelines for Deschutes County, the city of Bend-Redmond. The applicant debt-to-income ratio must also be below 7% for a loan with Bend-Redmond Habitat. This might be a new term to you, but it is something we can help you with to calculate and work to achieve as an active client with Habitat. As you can see from the slide, your debt-to-income ratio is determined by taking the total of your current monthly debt, so things like a credit card payment or a payment to an auto loan, anything that would show up on a credit report, excluding normal bills like utilities or cell phone, and dividing that number by your current monthly gross income, then multiplying it by 100 to get that percentage.
We also expect approved program families to pay for a portion of the home closing costs. Closing costs include a variety of expenses additional to the purchase price of your property, such as fees for an attorney, a title search, title insurance, taxes, lender costs, and some of the upfront housing expenses such as homeowners insurance. In the Habitat program, we require that you provide $2,000 of closing cost fees. We also have a partnership with Habitat Oregon and Neighbor Impact where we reserve slots in their matched savings programs in hopes that you will qualify and that there are funds available. This is a predetermined match amount, and the program can help you increase your savings dramatically. It also helps cover the closing costs for your Habitat home. The program also requires some financial and homebuyer education classes, which we'll talk a little bit more about in the next slides. In addition, if you have liquid assets of $20,000 or more, you will possibly be required to pay more than $8,000 for closing costs. If this applies to you, please watch the assets video.
Moving along, in the next couple of slides, we'll look at the willingness to partner requirement of our program.
To partner means working alongside Habitat staff, volunteers, and other future homeowners towards a common goal of building up our community. Volunteering is a key part of the Habitat Partnership Program. Each adult in the household has a requirement to complete 150 hours of volunteering over the course of the program. 100 hours of this requirement are split between volunteering in the Restore or Donation Center, the construction site, and with events. We require partner families to complete a minimum of 8 hours of volunteering per month. The other 50 hours are already pre-programmed in towards Habitat education, classes, and workshops. We ask future homeowners to turn in at least 12 months of budgeting, which includes tracking your actual expenses, living within your means, finding the ability to afford your monthly mortgage payment, decreasing your debt, and saving towards closing costs. Additionally, completing monthly assignments, submitting copies of your bank statements and pay stubs, while also tracking your other volunteer hours. This education requirement generally looks like a commitment of about 2 hours minimum each month. We also ask future homeowners to engage their friends and family to volunteer alongside them and donate an additional 100 hours of volunteer work.
A few other factors to note when it comes to willingness to partner with Habitat for Humanity is accepting the location and style of your home assigned to your family. We talk a lot with our future homeowners of what the houses look like, what the floor plans might be, but accepting that and understanding that is a part of your commitment to partner with us. Next is participating in monthly financial coaching. We have amazing volunteer financial mentors that walk alongside you to meet those budget and saving goals. After that, representing Habitat in your community. This starts the moment you're selected into the program and continues on for as long as you're a Habitat homeowner. The following is a continuation of that, pledging to maintain your Habitat home post-purchase. That means even after you've bought the house and you've moved in, you're maintaining that home and keeping it in good condition for as long as you live there. Moving on to talk a little bit more about our specific Habitat homes. We know sometimes it's tempting to make a special request as a homeowner, and one of the ways our program can maintain our affordability is to build efficiently and without making many changes from the initial design of the home. One way to look at this is to think that you're purchasing a home that a realtor is showing that has already been built, and you can make some changes once you purchase the home. Keep in mind that even without change requests and orders, Habitat still fundraises and supplements a large portion of the home. Remember, despite the cost of the home, your mortgage will always remain at 33% of your gross household income. We'll talk more about our loan structure and how we make this happen in a few slides later.
Our housing ranges from 1 to 4 bedroom living. I would encourage you to visit our website because it will provide more information about specific and upcoming builds. As mentioned earlier, because the housing need is high and limited, funding for affordable housing builders is offered to those building higher density housing units, such as cottages and townhomes that you see here.
One of the cool things about Habitat homes is that they're all built to consume significantly less energy than typical new construction. These energy efficient homes help you to reduce your utility bill. We design homes to use less electricity than typical builds in the area. That means we implement xeriscaping, dryscaping to minimize outdoor watering. They're better for your health. We use electric ranges and other products which result in better indoor air quality. These homes are environmentally responsible. They have a carbon footprint 1/3 the size of similar sized homes in Central Oregon. We're really able to achieve this by building fully electric homes. There's no need for natural gas. We have air sealing homes that keep the outside air out and reduce heating and cooling load. The Beyond Code insulation, which keeps the inside environment consistent and therefore more comfortable, and reduces the heating and cooling load as well, also providing sound resistance. We also use energy efficient water heaters, heating and cooling systems, and appliances. These reduce energy consumption of systems that are used every day. We also often build solar homes, so we pre-wire for solar and will install it if the funding's available. These are just a few images of some of the interiors of our current Habitat homes. You can check out our Sustainable Building tab under What We Do on the website for a little bit more information about our homes.
Habitat utilizes a land lease model to ensure that our homes are as affordable as possible. Homes on a land lease don't look any different than homes in a typical neighborhood. You, as a homeowner, would own the home and pay a lease fee to Habitat, who owns the land. In this way, the property taxes are lower and the home stays in affordable housing. As with all other Habitat homes, we have a shared equity agreement with you as the homeowner. Simply put, if you wanted or needed to sell the home, Habitat would have the right of first offer and most likely buy the home back from you. Your equity in the home would increase by 2% each year starting at year 1 and includes your principal payments you've made and any down payments or principal payoffs you as a buyer have made. Habitat also maintains other restrictions on the home during your loan term. We'll talk a little bit more about this calculation later on. We understand that this is not the typical wealth building model of home ownership, but Habitat homes can be that starting place or a forever home for you.
As I mentioned earlier in this video, Habitat has specific guidelines in addition to conventional mortgage guidelines that we follow. In the next few slides, we'll talk a little bit more in detail about how Habitat funds and finances our affordable homes.
It can seem a little confusing at first, but once you're accepted into the program, we will continue to educate you on the type of funding that might be on your specific home. Simply put, the purchase price of your home is made up of 2 parts: your affordable mortgage plus any down payment loans available at the time of purchase. So let's say that you qualify for a loan of $180,000. If the home appraises for $400,000, Habitat will still sell it to you for your affordable mortgage plus any down payment loans available at that time. So even if your home appraises for $400,000, that won't be the purchase price of the home. The sales price will always be less than or equal to the appraised value. However, despite the sales price, remember that your mortgage payment and what you are paying monthly is still based on 33% of your gross household income at the time of your home loan approval. So you will be paying towards your qualified loan amount to maintain that affordable mortgage payment. Habitat subsidizes or supports the rest of the value of the home, including the cost to build the home, through fundraising and grants. Habitat will be applying for grants with the City of Bend or Redmond if they become available, reduced system development charges, also known as STCs, and LIFT funds from the state of Oregon, which may vary from home to home. Some of the fundraising that Habitat supports with will be in the form of down payment loans to you. Some of these loans may come due after your 30-year mortgage or be forgiven over the course of your mortgage. We will explain the specifics on your home throughout the partnership program. Another important note as we begin exploring the Habitat loan structure is that we have a formula to determine your purchase price so that it is affordable to you. Habitat will generally be fundraising much more for the actual building costs of your home, and your home will often appraise for more than the determined purchase price. Now, let's take a look at an example loan. Let's start by saying that your home is appraised or valued at $375,000. You qualify for a loan of $204,000, which is based on 33% of your gross income. That means you'd be annually earning about $55,000 gross. You can afford a monthly mortgage payment of around $1,500 with this mortgage. A $30,000 down payment loan from Hope is available to you. Habitat, through fundraising and grants, will supplement an additional $21,000 to ensure your down payment loans are at least 20% of the set sales price. Therefore, the sales price will be established at $255,000. Again, remember, you will only be paying on your affordable mortgage, which is the $204,000, not the full sales amount.
A few advantages of the Habitat home loan is that it will always be an affordable mortgage payment at 33% of your household income. And included in that monthly payment is the principal, which is the house payment, home insurance, property taxes, and other fees like HOA or land lease fee as applicable. Because we partner with an outside lender to offer the Oregon Residential Bond Program, your interest rates will be below market interest rates. Often, when first-time homebuyers don't have 20% to put as a down payment, banks will require what is called private mortgage insurance, which protects them if you default. However, this insurance can double the cost of your monthly payment, making it unaffordable. On a Habitat loan, we will not require private mortgage insurance to first-time homebuyers.
Requirements of a Habitat home that we will look at next include owner occupancy, right of first offer, and shared equity. First, your Habitat home must be owner occupied, meaning you, as the owner, have to live in the home. You are not to use it as a rental or short-term rental, and it is not meant for large business use. Habitat also holds the right of first offer, which means that if you would like or need to sell the home, we have the right to purchase the home first. If this is the case, we have a shared equity agreement, which we'll cover more in the next slide. Chooses to purchase the home back, which most of the time is the case, we calculate the buyback price, what we would pay to buy the home back, with the components you see here on the screen. First, we use the amount of principal repaid by you, so what you've already paid towards the home. Next, a portion of the loan shared equity, also known as your equity in the home, plus any down payments made by the home buyer and principal payoffs. Now, we'll break down how to calculate the loan shared equity, as well as how we determine the portion you would receive at the sale of the home based on how long you've lived in it. The loan shared equity used in the calculation is made up of what you have already paid on your home, plus 2% for each year you have lived in your home. To calculate what portion of this equity you would receive at the time of selling your home, we first would look at how many years you've lived in the home, multiply that by 2%. See the graph on the side showing the first 15 years and the percentage of equity you have earned. So at 1 year you've earned 2%, but at year 10 you've earned 20% equity. Homeowners will receive a chart at closing that helps them to determine what they'd receive if they were to sell the home back to Habitat. We are also happy to run these calculations for our homeowners whenever they have an interest in seeing what they would receive in a buyback scenario. Additionally, if Habitat were not to purchase your home back, you would be free to sell it on the open market to an income-qualified family. We'll provide more information about our resale policy during the program and again at the closing of your home.
Some additional benefits in partnering and purchasing a Habitat home include the efficiency of our homes. They have features that save you money monthly and that create a healthy living space through improved indoor air quality. We're also the only local affordable builder and developer selling homes to a broader income range, serving as low as 40% of the area median income. And our shared appreciation resale model is more generous as well. We have a quality and thorough homeowner preparation program that sets you up for success. We've been serving Central Oregon for over 35 years, and we take pride in setting up buyers for long-term success in homeownership. Our homeownership department staff are certified homeownership counselors, and we also have an in-house qualified loan originator. Applicants are supported with monthly financial coaches, and we ensure the readiness of their future mortgage responsibility in this program. We also offer a free third-party home inspection prior to your home purchase, and we provide you with a homeowner resource manual at closing. We also have additional access to more matched savings accounts that help you with your homeowner closing costs. Thank you for taking the time to watch through this video. It is a lot of information, so please feel free to watch it again or jot down any questions that you have for us. We want to help you understand more about what it takes to purchase a home, be it through us or another program. If you're interested in determining your eligibility or working more closely with us, please complete the screening inquiry form linked on our website. If we are in an open application cycle, you will be invited to apply. We also offer community workshops to help prepare you for a mortgage, so even if you feel like you aren't eligible right now, consider joining an upcoming workshop. Watch your email and our website for more information about upcoming community education workshops. The open application period happens once or twice a year, depending on a number of factors such as the construction schedule, weather, and funding. It's a detailed process and includes gathering a lot of financial documents. To make this process easier, be sure to keep your financial records and files ready and available and organized. If you have completed a screening form and you meet our eligibility guidelines and are qualified, you will receive an email invite to apply. If you've not completed the screening form, you will need to do so to determine eligibility and potentially receive an invitation. We will also post our application cycle information, including deadlines, on our website and announce using local media and press.
Thank you again for tuning into the video. I hope you learned a lot and are ready to take the next steps towards your homeownership goals. Now, if you have any questions, please review our website and check out our FAQ document on the Homeownership Services page. And also, send us an email at homeownership@brhabitat.org. Thanks for tuning in.